What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we got some pretty awesome news regarding the 7th anniversary on One Piece Treasure Cruise Japan. Actually, as of today, the official version 11 has now gone live. People can go into the game, they can create their alliances, the new update is there, and obviously I would love to make a video about it, but I actually don't have a Japan account right now, so unfortunately, cannot make a video on it directly for you guys. But anyways, we'll have to wait until it comes to global to show you guys definitively how it all works. I know a lot of people on JP is still trying to understand how it all works, but we have some wicked news today because we finally have some additional artworks for the 7th anniversary legends. Now, I'm saying plural here because a lot of people are having this theory that it's going to be a trio legend with Luffy, Law, and Kid. But, I mean, it's not 100% confirmed, but we can almost confirm. I'm saying it's a 99% confirmation that these three characters are going to be separate units. Not a trio, not like a super type character where all three of them are there, or it's not like a triple dual unit. I don't know why people still to this day think a triple dual unit is going to happen where you can switch between three different characters. I don't think that's going to be the case. I just don't think it would be. I feel like if that was going to be a thing, they probably would have done it by now. But we have some awesome stuff. Massive shout out to Vainama on the One Piece Treasure Cruise subreddit Discord. I don't know how this man is doing it, but he's getting access to the files of the 7th anniversary website and seeing the files that are going to be going public but aren't live yet. And he posted this to the subreddit Discord, and it was absolutely mind-boggling. So we have like some prizes, like lottery prizes, but it does actually show off some of the 7th anniversary characters, and we see Luffy, Law, and Kid here. And there's like different prizes where you can get different things. This one in particular is pretty cool because it says like Monkey D. Luffy. I believe this is Trafalgar Law, and then Eustace Kid, and it says it's an autograph set. I think like these are the voice actors for the characters. I think that's what it is, and you know they'll come with the signatures on it. So that's a really cool prize to win, actually, especially with the artworks on it and signatures. Like that is ridiculously cool. I'd love to get this and just get it framed. That'd be amazing. And then this one, I'm not 100% sure what this is. I actually didn't translate what this one was, but still, I'm gonna go ahead over to this image here because this is definitely a better image to have a look at. So you can zoom in and actually have a look here. That the artwork for each of these characters is kind of like segregated from each other because you see Kid's artwork and there's actually like a border of the clouds and the water and from the waves. It is separating between these three characters. So I would say just this alone confirms that they're going to be separate units, but obviously it doesn't 100% confirm it, but I would say it's like 99% chance these are going to be different units. Also, Luffy doesn't really have much of a background, but you can see like a lot of it is cut off, so you can actually see the back to the other artwork that I showed. You can see that the Thousand Sunny is actually behind him. So, you know, it does go to show that, you know, Luffy's artwork will be him by himself with the Sunny behind him. And for those of you who have no idea what this artwork is from, manga readers will know exactly what this is from. This episode should be coming up pretty soon. You know, the Odin flashback has been going on for quite a while now. It should be getting towards the end of the flashback now, which is good. But another thing that also is kind of interesting is that Luffy actually has his cape here. And the thing about it is in the other piece of artwork that we had, if we go over to here, another thing I want to talk about in a minute as well, is that Luffy's cape is not here. Now, I feel like this was either number one, either a mistake, or number two, I think it probably was taken off so that this particular banner didn't look so sketchy, because if you had Luffy's cape like jutting off at the side, you wouldn't be able to see Law at all. I think that's the way that they've done it, and then when the character officially releases, they'll probably put the cape back on. Not 100% sure, but that is definitely a mistake because of what these characters are supposed to be looking like. It is based off of, I think, 974 is the chapter in the manga these character artworks are based off of. And it is kind of annoying that Luffy in his 6-star artwork, I assume this is going to be the 6-star artwork, is going to be in gear 4 because we've got Bonnie at the side here. This is her 6-star artwork. You can't see it, my face cam's in the way, but Capone is in his 6-star artwork in this banner as well. So I would say these are definitely the 6-star artworks. I think Law looks great. Kid looks a little weird, but I think that the background around Kid is going to make him look good. And once again, we're in that another situation with Stampede Luffy, right? Because like Stampede Luffy, for example, his 5-star artwork is immaculate. And then his 6-star artwork, it's gear 4 and everyone's just kind of, you know, it's whatever. You know, we're kind of sick of gear 4 at this point. Whereas like this artwork right here, this artwork would be way better for his 6-star form. I think Law's 6-star looks great. I think Kid, his 5 and 6-star look just okay. But like, Luffy's 5-star looks so much better than his 6-star artwork. So, it is what it is. Like, I would say this pretty much is going to be his 6-star artwork. It's gear 4. So it is a little disappointing, but either way, this is really, really cool to get like official artwork of the brand new legends coming for the JP anniversary in their 5-star form. Now this would also mean that the Killer, which my face cam is covering, and the Zoro are more likely than not going to be rare recruits coming alongside these characters. So I know a lot of people were hoping that, you know, potentially have a Zoro and Killer dual unit, or just a Zoro and Killer unit as a legend for the anniversary would be really, really cool, but I don't think they're going to go that route. I think just judging from the artwork, it's not as dynamic as the other 3, so I think they're going to be just regular rare recruits. So let me know your thoughts and opinions about this. I'm not a big fan of Gear 4 Luffy being the 6-star artwork. I would have much preferred it to be base Luffy with the cape. It looks way more badass, but I digress. Let's move on to something else, okay? So we have the official post here from Koala-san with translations for Bonnie. I've already made a video talking about Bonnie. We have all the information regarding her. The evolved artwork looks really, really good. Actually, something that I can do very, very quickly is I can go ahead and grab you guys the official, the ink effect artwork for Bonnie. So this is the ink effect artwork. It actually looks pretty decent, honestly. I'm a big fan of this one, and Bonnie herself is a really, really good legend. So I'm totally down for this one. I think the artwork, they did a pretty good job with it. It's a little weird that like water is like spinning around her. I don't even know what the hell this scene is based off of, and her special animation also looks pretty goddamn good as well. So let's go ahead and have a look at the other things that come alongside her, which is going to be the other rare recruits. So Dex Apu is going to be the next character. So this is his artwork right here, obviously eating the pizza there. Apu's special ability says for 3 turns he heals 10 times his recovery at the end of the turn, and then also for 3 turns all colored slots are going to be beneficial for your team, and recover 5 turns of bind and 5 turns of rainbow shield on the enemy. And when you have accumulated over 15,000 healing or more, you extend attack boost by 1 turn. I can't remember. He's Dex. Okay, he's Dex. Yeah, look, this is pretty bad. Like, for a regular rare recruit in today's day and age, it's just whatever. I mean, a character that is based off of overhealing, that's really, really annoying, because if you aren't getting that overheal, you don't get the extended attack boost, which isn't the end of the world, because I feel like most times when you're using this character, you're just using for the beneficial orb enable, which that's for 3 turns. That's pretty decent, and it's all colored orbs for all your characters, which is good. And then remove 5 turns of bind and 5 turns of rainbow shield. So he's like okay. What is his class? He's shooter. He's free spirit. Okay. Most Apu are free spirit from what we've seen. It would be interesting if they went with driven, because we obviously know how good driven are right now. So that's kind of interesting. And his sailor effect is heal more when you get a recovery slot. Support effect is nothing. It really sucks as well, because a lot of recent rare recruit characters have typically had really good support effects, and unfortunately Apu doesn't have a good support effect. So that's a little bit underwhelming. And another thing about these rare recruits is that they don't have unevolved versions. You can only pull them as the 5-star form, which actually have more steps on the Sugo Fest that are like guaranteed new batch character because of how difficult the 5-star forms are to get. So not a fan of that. But let's move on to the next one, which is going to be Hawkins. This is the brainer int Hawkins. And what are his classes real quick? He is a cerebral slasher. Okay. So his special reduces 5 turns of despair and attack down, 3 turns of threshold. Why doesn't he just remove 5? Like, I don't get it. I don't get why they still have utility that just removes 3 turns. That just doesn't make a lot of sense at all. And then when your accumulated value of overheal is 10,000 or more, you get a 2 times orb boost. Otherwise, it's a 1.75. I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, utility and orb boost, that's not terrible. It's not game breaking, but it's okay. He treats Psi Recovery 10 and beneficial to himself, and Slot Bind, and again, not a really good support effect either. So again, pretty underwhelming rare recruit. I mean, this is just okay. I just wish this was 5 turns. If this was 5 turns, I'd be pretty content with it. I don't understand why they're going with this whole, you know, accumulate value of overheal. I get the Bonnie is based around recovering as much HP as possible, but overhealing, man, it's kind of a weird mechanic to have all these rare recruits based off of. And the next one is going to be X Drake. So X Drake is an int slasher powerhouse, and he actually has double special activation, 10 turn cooldown. So I'm pretty excited to see what this guy's about. So he reduces 3 turns of paralysis, burn, and blindness, and for 1 turn boost color affinity of all characters by 1.75. So technically, you can get either 2 turns of a color affinity boost, or you can get 6 turns of paralysis, burn, and blindness removal. It's a little bit of a shame though, because there's not too many situations where you need to remove specifically like 6 turns or 3 turns of like paralysis, burn, and blindness together, like any combination of those. That's pretty unlikely. I feel like in most cases you're going to be using him to get rid of paralysis, and I mean, you get a color affinity boost on top of it. It's just kind of weird though, because I always go back to like V3 Boa, because V3 Boa's batch was just absurdly good. You get like the Summer Robin, which is one of those really, really good rare recruits that removes all those defense effects by 5 turns. She gets rid of Despair by 5 turns, and she does pretty decent Orb Manipulation. You had Rebecca, who removes Special Bind. She might have got rid of something else as well. And she gave you Rainbow Color Affinity for 3 turns. Like, I feel like going to that batch, it's crazy, like, in today's day and age, with all that time that has passed since V3 Boa, and like, it's crazy that still that rare recruit batch is still so powerful in compared to, you know, some of the other ones that have released recently. Like, even like when Gecko Mori came out, I feel like a lot of the rare recruits in that batch were kind of hit or miss. A lot of the utility was only for 3 or 4 turns, which doesn't really help. And this is okay in terms of utility, because, you know, it's 6 turns, but the ones that he actually removes, like blindness, a lot of the time you can use, you know, Sailor effects to just completely get rid of it, just in general. Burn and paralysis are okay, but it's just none of these rare recruits stand out to me just at all. So that's a little unfortunate, honestly. He can't be blown away, which is whatever, and he doesn't have a really good support effect either. There's a free-to-play Cavendish as well, apparently. Okay, a free-to-play Cavendish, and there's a free-to-play Barto. 4 turns of Chain Lock, 4 turns Resilience, 1 turn boost attack by 1.75, and when you consume 10 or more recovery slots, you get a 2 times attack boost, and -1 cooldown as well. And he counters 1 turn of special rewind. Okay, that's not too bad. You still have consumed recovery slots in order to get the most out of him, which is, again, pretty annoying, but it's not terrible. I mean, this is actually good. Actually, this works pretty good, because at the start of the event, she gives you a full slot of recovery. You know what, I take it back. This Cavendish is actually really, really good, because, I mean, that's automatically 6. So you only have to like consume another 4 recovery slots before you get to the, you know, the stage you need his special. This is perfectly fine. What's his cooldown? 12. It's okay. He does have the reduced cooldown buff by how much? -6. Yo, this guy's really good. Actually, I take back what I said. This guy's nice. But of course, if the enemy activates the effect where they remove accumulated values, this will reset this, which is a bit unfortunate. And support effect is nothing special either. And then you got Bartolomeo as well. So Barto, he also has reduced cooldown, 13 turn cooldown, strength driven striker, 4 turns of chain coefficient reduction, 4 turns of defense up, chain boost, and when you've consumed 10 or more recovery slots, you get a 1.0 chain boost instead, and 80% damage reduction for 2 turns. I mean, I guess if you're using the noob, it's definitely much better. And -5 cooldown to himself, and again, no real key support unit. And another thing that we have to really talk about, so Japan are getting this character, the Quick Usop and Chopper, which obviously Global already has this unit. But one thing I wanted to talk about is this character right here. Now, Global players do have access to this unit. We got given as a free login character quite a while back. But the thing about it is that this is introducing the brand new Super Switch effect. So some dual units moving forward will have a Super Switch ability. So in order to activate it, you have to just switch 6 times with this unit. And on that next switch, it says reduces 3 turns of paralysis on the crew and changes all slots into matching, whereas comparatively before, it was only 1 turn of paralysis and a randomization of all non-matching slots. So I think that this Super Switch ability has a lot of potential, and maybe this will, you know, bring us down the path of super evolving old school 6+, old school dual units is what I'm trying to say, because like some dual units, just their switch abilities are just whatever. So if they're going to give them like a really cool Super Switch ability, that would be nice. And something else that would be interesting to note is, can you save this? Like, can you just keep switching whenever you want? Let's say you switch 10 times and you wanted to save the Super Switch for like the final boss room of a fight. If you can save the Super Switch, that's pretty insane and absolutely broken. If you have to use it, you know, on that next switch, then you really have to plan out your team quite effectively. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. So that's basically all the information. But one other thing that I wanted to talk about before we ended this video today is this came up. So according to the Japanese Rayleigh's Bazaar, the next character to receive a Super Evolution is going to be Kamarasaki. Now, some people say, oh, it could be Hawkins, but the thing is, every time they show the skill books, they have been going through the super type characters. Like, they started with Luffy, then they went to Sabo, Blackbeard, Katakuri, Kid. They've been going through the super type characters, you know, just cycling them through for skill books. And the character that is below that, usually the character that's on the bottom, has been the character that receives the Super Evolution. So we had Cracker last month, and then previous to that, we had Onami, and now we're moving on to Kamarasaki. So the quick characters are getting some support, which is great. Kamarasaki is one of the most underrated legends in the game, and I am so pumped to see what they're going to do with this character, considering this is the character that's going to be debuting for, you know, the 7th anniversary Super Evolution. So I really hope that Kamarasaki is going to be super game-breaking, busted as hell. I mean, her special's pretty good. If she gets rid of block orbs with her special, she's automatically amazing. And her captain ability being bumped up in terms of power would be nice as well. There's not really too much they need to do to make Kamarasaki like a top-tier quick captain, and she's technically an int captain as well with her regular effect. So I'm pumped for this. So let me know your thoughts and opinions about all the stuff that we talked about with the brand new artworks of these characters, and it looks like they're going to be separate characters, which I prefer. I didn't want them to be a trio unit anyway. And also about these Red Recruits and the Super Switch ability. I'm super interested to see how that plays out. And of course with the 6+ of Kamarasaki. So pretty awesome news coming in from Japan. Unfortunately, Global's been super dead, man. Really hoping we get some more information on Global soon. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. And if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.